Welcome to Have a Drink, the show where you learn along with us about the glorious drink called beer. I'm Brittany Lee Walker.
I'm Justin Frazier.
I'm Christopher Walker.
And I'm Casey Price.
Woo!
Woo! Yay!
I guess we should go ahead and drop this up front about go to the website to keep up with what's going on when.
Yes.
We have a nice, neat little schedule. So where we're like rotating weeks doing the audio-only podcast, or we're on here, you can check out on there. And it's also going to have what we'll be drinking when we're on here, because this is intended to be a drink-along. We're trying to select nothing but nationally available packs. So if you just want to get
when
tanked
we
with
can.
us.
Mostly succeeding.
Yeah.
Mostly succeeding.
Yeah. That's the goal anyway. Yes, so today we are doing just brief saying it's the Stone IPA pack. Again, that's on there. We've got the next two planned. We'll get into that in a bit, but yeah. That is exciting.
So the first beer, let's go ahead and jump in. That way we can go ahead and start. Well, you all can pour it. I've already.
I'm so thirsty.
First beer we got up is the Delicious IPA.
It looks so good.
It does.
7.7% ABV. You've got Indian Pillow. All these are either IPA or I think a double IPA for that last one.
Yeah, it's their
Oh,
revolver pack, I think. Is that what it's called?
All IPA.
Okay.
It's just
It's the All-IPA, yeah.
featuring the revolver, and it's called
Right.
because this will be every season. It's going to be the same pack with that one, the revolver IPA. They're going to change the hops up in it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was thinking maybe they're just making a Beatles reference because Revolver is the best Beatles album.
Ah.
There, I said it.
75 IBUs on the Delicious IPA with a flavor profile featuring hoppy, citrus, and lemongrass hops. Bob, you want to read there about the Delicious IPA?
No, I want to smell it.
Oh, well, there you go then.
Their company line about the Delicious IPA. It's while our beers are many and diverse, yet unified by our overarching boldness, India Pale Ales are our undeniable bread and butter. The result of an intensely citrusy, beautifully bitter beer is worthy of the simple yet lordly title of Stone Delicious IPA. Lemon Drop and El Dorado hops. I have never heard of those hops.
The lemon
Drop
drop.
like a lemon drop. No, I think
Right.
both of them are actually fairly new. Lemon Drop is for sure new.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it doesn't sound very very German sounding.
Yeah.
They combine to bring a magnificent lemon candy-like flavor that is balanced by a hop spice. Unlike anything we've tasted in nearly 2 decades of IPA experimentation, and another lupin-laced creation we're excited to present to hop heads everywhere.
I pick up. I definitely get the lemon, but I get like this mint quality to it. Like
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
spearminty or
A little,
or-
yeah.
Nice little tingle on your tongue.
Yeah, it's like
after
a
it goes
fresh
down.
a freshness more than a just like mint.
It's got more, like where it has in the flavor profile here, it mentions, hoppy, citrus, and lemongrass. It's like, yeah, it's much more lemongrass than you would think, like
Oh yeah.
actual
Yeah.
lemon.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
Especially with that dry, like lemon has that citrusy bite, and this one's kind of a dry flavor to it.
you know how normally when we do like our breakdown, like judgings for like we did the Meritzen Bowl. I'm looking at it like, man, this thing has no head retention.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it was just gone, just instantly.
Oh
It smells wonderful. I mean, I just want to keep like smelling it, honestly.
yeah,
But,
it's much more. It's got more delicate flavors than normally I associate when I drink IPAs. That's like they're not.
Yeah.
You taste a few other flavors. There's still like that hoppiness and that bitterness, but it's not. You can taste a few other things that are just sort of lightly flavored in there.
I'm getting there's like a very very slight dank kind of feel. But other than that, like it's just very. It's citrusy without being sweet, and it's an effervescent kind of feeling too.
Well, in their taste here, I think they kind of spelled it out. I get what they're saying. It says the hop flavors really explode with the dominant flavor that reminds many of on the brewing team of a lemon starburst candy. Not overly sweet.
I think that'd
Those
be
are the
too sweet.
starbursts I tend to avoid.
Yeah.
So that might be why I'm like, it's a little more difficult to place the flavor because I'm like,
I actually like the lemon starbursts.
I'm not saying they're
It
bad.
just doesn't
it's
taste like
just,
this.
Did you hear the news from Starburst?
What?
No.
So Starburst is coming out with all pink Starbursts,
Oh,
yes, I did hear about
limited
this.
edition, all pinks.
Because
Yep.
they're smart.
Which flavor was supposed to be pink, by the way?
What's that?
What flavor was supposed to be pink, by the way?
I really don't know. Is it like strawberry?
No,
I
it
No,
was
wonder
just
because
like
that's actually
probably
straight up
it was
red.
like pink lemonade.
Pink is just pink.
Yeah, that's
It's like an energy drink flavor.
yeah. Have you seen the monsters? They're all just like red, and I'm like, that doesn't tell me what the flavor is. Is it cherry? Is it
Tells me what the
strawberry? Is it
flavor is in
apple?
Gatorade when you get like that whatever it is blue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like Gatorade does the same freaking thing. I'm looking this up now.
She's got to know.
It's gonna bother me.
Oh,
What, the flavor of pink Starburst?
Yeah.
oh. Another
it is
side
the
note while she's looking that up, Yingling announced. I thought this one was really funny that they're making butterbeer ice cream. So for those Harry Potter fans.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Bob was like,
don't,
what?
I have no earthly idea what you're talking about when you say butterbeer.
Does Yingling sell other ice creams?
No,
They used to. They
During Prohibition, but like
no, like up till like the 90s.
really?
Yeah, they kept their ice cream thing going for
Wow.
decades. Like they closed it down before we started drinking.
Huh.
It was in our Yingling episode.
So pink is
I mean,
strawberry.
part.
it's supposed to be strawberry.
That's what I was
thought
like.
it
I thought the
was.
red one was strawberry, but I guess the
No,
red one's
the red
cherry.
one's supposed to be like cherry. Maybe?
That makes sense. I mean, it doesn't, but it
Ah.
does.
Well, that's how I usually think of it because like usually when they do the flavorings, the deeper red is like cherry, and then the lighter to like the pink end is usually strawberry, like
yeah.
milkshakes.
This tangent
Sure.
brought to you by Starburst.
Brought to you by candy.
Brought to you
Sugar
by-
that I haven't had since Sunday.
Brought to you by diabetes.
Oh,
All right,
man.
so now that we're drinking this one, I am really liking it. But what have you guys been up to? What the weekend bring you all?
I'm still trying to figure out if Yingling ice cream is the same as the beer company.
We can't not have a food tangent. I'm sorry.
It's gonna happen.
Maybe they opened up a thing again, but I know they used to. I know they closed down their
Okay,
ice cream.
2014 it reopened
Yeah. Okay.
as a separate based organization. Basically, it's the same. I think it's the same parent company, same
Yeah.
family that owns it, but the ice cream and the beer company are separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that makes sense. No,
They do make
I.
a black and tan flavor though.
Mm. Yeah. Not a whole lot going on over on this end. The weather has taken a turn for the Have a Cone, the ice cream podcast. Yeah.
I could go.
Tyler
with
knows
Dwayne,
our
actually.
branding.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
He's-
that he gets in.
That's the branding.
You wait until
Any
the
offshoots, they're gonna
pregnancy
be
podcast.
have a ...
Yeah, I'm telling you, if we ever do a network, it's have a podcast.
It's Have a Network.
Well, yeah, it could go either way, I guess.
No, the basically Mass Effect Andromeda came out, and so that's all
been
my
your-
life has been
That's been
until
your life.
the last couple days when the heat cranked up, but my apartment complex has not turned on the AC, so the sweating began.
Oh God.
And that's when the sweating
Uh,
began.
Thankfully, it turns out sour beer helps in these dark times.
Yeah, so you check
Little
into some
ghosts out
Rivertown
there?
stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I checked into it was Rivertown Solus Red Flanders Ale. Some
Nice.
combination of those words make the name.
nice,
Uh,
nice
I
Flanders
like a
will
good
help.
Flanders Red.
Yeah, and it was like fresh out of the fresh out of the refrigerator. It's like, oh, let's go ahead and just try it. Oh, it's so cold and oh, it's so delicious.
Nice. Yeah.
I did not, however, break into the Chocovesa I still had in there. I was like, no,
It's not the
I'm
right
melting.
time.
That's
You
not
gotta,
gonna
you gotta go
help.
stand outside in the sun.
Ugh. Did you want to talk about the sour that you had?
I had a bunch of sours.
No, the weird one in particular, the collab.
I was at
I'm all with Twitter when I hear like, oh, you guys are having sours. Oh,
I didn't get to have anything because somebody encouraged me to go to mom and dad's this weekend.
Okay, I went down. It was, you guys are sick of hearing it. Braxton down the street. It was their second anniversary. Yeah. And yeah, Braxton. And their anniversary beer they always do is called Yesterday's Headlines, and this one they wrapped in a big fake newspaper. Which, when I was walking home with it, I felt like I had like a big 6-inch sub.
So Yesterday's Headlines, the second year came out?
Yeah, it's not exact. It's nothing like the first one. So this one, it's a cherry sour of some kind. I can't remember. Whereas last year's was a kiwi Berliner Weiss.
Kiwi.
Yeah, that was good though.
That was delicious.
I still have it. Maybe we should break into it. I don't know.
Oh, Berliner Weiss.
But anyway, Braxton, and there's a local, I can't remember the name for the type of brewer, the Quaff Brothers. What, like the nomadic thing where they just brew off other people's equipment in collaborations.
Gypsy brewers.
Yeah. And
It just sounds really offensive when I think about it.
If you think a gypsy is a derogatory term,
Yes, it is.
It is
only
actually.
when shortened to gyp.
No, like,
That's not worse.
no, I don't think any form of gypsy is the correct nomenclature for that.
anyway, they did two collaborations for the anniversary, and the first was Pot Calling the Kettle Sour. And it was a kettle soured ale, and it was delicious. I loved it. And then they're like, oh, let's do the follow-up, which is Pot Calling the Kettle Sour with peach and black tea added, which was just delightful.
And there's an apricot, I think.
Oh, yeah, apricot was in there as well. They're just like, throw it all in. And I'm like, you know what? It tastes like a tea.
Peach flavoring is a little weird, although the black tea does sound really good.
Yeah, like that would be good in a sour, I think.
Going back to, the whole we're have a drink and not have a beer. I've been really slacking off on my beer drinking unless we're on the show. So I have switched over to like tea almost exclusively here the past few weeks, and have discovered I erroneously thought that orange pico was just, a style of tea or something along those lines that, whenever you go to the grocery store, there's always one on the shelf. So I just thought it was a cheap knockoff. Orange pico apparently is a quality of tea. It's like the highest quality of tea, like the best picking.
Oh.
And I was able to pick up a really good whole leaf orange pico tea that has been knocking my socks off. And I don't know what the main, like, I just got it in a brown paper bag. Just all it said across it was orange pico, and that's all I know about it. So
It says orange pico sleepy time. Because it's all I know about tea is sleepy time tea.
just do some herbal sleepy times.
Sleepy time, and it's got that bear on it. He's wearing his nightcap,
all-
and
He's all snug, ready to.
Hey, that tea's
That's a
effective.
pretty good tea.
I like that tea.
Celestial Seasonings, that group, like their peppermint tea is unreal.
Yeah. Hopefully it wasn't
if
cut.
you're into
That's what I was
herbals.
leaning toward.
Hopefully, it wasn't cut with something else. That's great.
So, final
On to the next
verdicts. Well, before that, what do you all think of this one? I think it's great.
I think it's very solid. It's
It's
one of the better
nice.
beers I've had this week.
Toward the end of it, I'm starting to get like little honey notes to it, and so
Yeah.
it's really light and refreshing. Even
Yeah,
for
I can see that.
even for a beer that has kind of a clowing hoppiness to it, it's a bitterness that lingers.
Yeah.
Even as you talk, it still kind of just sticks to your mouth.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that because it's just kind of like, oh yeah, no, my tongue is still there. It's just
It's a little bit bitter, but I've had this one before, and I really like the citrusy notes to it. It's not a strong citrus, but it's light enough that it kind of doesn't destroy you either.
And the fresher it is, the better on this beer specifically.
Yeah, I think all these, they included a note. They're like best enjoyed within 90 days.
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna do a little simple, little splash of water in my mouth to see if I can get my palate ready again.
All right, and I think the next one is going to be the signature beer for this pack.
Well, reporting that, who wants to talk about the brewery itself? I can't otherwise. I don't know, it doesn't matter.
You
I'm
go ahead,
hunting-
Brittany.
I say I'm hunting for like one of 4 bottle openers nearby. So
Okay. Well, so these are from Stone Brewing Company, and it was founded by Greg Cook and Steve Wagner in '96. They're San Francisco based, and it's the 10th largest craft brewer in the U.S. It's been listed in Inc. 500 and 5,000 fastest growing private companies list 11 times. It's been called the all-time top brewery on planet Earth by Beer Advocate magazine twice.
Take
I'm
me
gonna say
to
like
your
Beer
beer.
Advocate. Beer Advocate really loves these guys.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they're about them. The multifaceted company will be the first American craft brewer to independently build, own, and operate a brewery in Europe, and is also building a production brewery and destination restaurant in Richmond, Virginia. Brewing at both locations will be underway in summer 2016, so already happened.
Man, all of these beer hotels are coming up not that far from us.
I know.
Like
we
this is gonna be a thing.
have such a list of places to go. So it's known for its bold, flavorful, and largely hop-centric beers. Stone's earned a reputation for brewing outstanding, unique beers while maintaining an unwavering commitment to sustainability, business ethics, philanthropy, and the art of brewing. I think that's all pretty accurate, actually.
All right. Has anyone else tried smelling this? Is anyone getting weird aromas off of this?
I think it smells
Or is my nose
fantastic.
or is my nose just gone dumb?
I can't smell a thing. Let me blow a big honker right here. And
Oh yeah.
There you go.
No, the aroma's fading quick off of it. I will say
There's like
that.
a spice note. What it is, I think, compared to the citrus and the variety of notes in the other one, like this one is not there.
Maybe. Let me look at what they think I'm supposed to be getting because
I can't get a thing.
It's saying
No.
floral with lemon zest and pine.
all right, I may be having a stroke. So I'm going to tell you what I smelled and a little bit of what I tasted.
No, I'm good. This is somebody else. Good.
Instant mashed potatoes.
Okay.
No, that's there.
I can't even get that far right now. Like I get nothing.
Like I smelled it and it smelled kind of like that, you've just dropped half a stick of butter and you're mixing up.
No, I'm
Yeah.
right there with you.
Well, I
get
kind of
that.
got as like a spice from it. So overall, then there's kind of like a more savory smell than we're getting.
Yeah. It's just when I smelled the aroma, I'm like, I can't. No, all I'm smelling. There's no way I'm smelling potatoes.
Also, the head retention on this much better.
Yeah.
It's just kind of hanging around now on mine. So anyway, this is the Hop Revolver IPA. This is brand new. This is the first time this has been out. The aim of this experimental hop-centric series is to demonstrate just how dramatically a single hop can impact a beer. We're going to periodically fire off a variety of single-hopped variations of this IPA for some good brewing fun. Empty the bright tank with one, reload it with another batch, rinse, reload, repeat. We invite you to enjoy along with us. It's an Indian Pale Ale, 7.7% alcohol, 80 IBUs, so pretty high, but I think all these are 80 to 100. Freshness,
Yeah,
have it
I
within
don't
90
think so.
days. And
I think we said with the last one. The last one was just 75. So we've taken a step up in the hops, but like
yeah.
I imagine not discernible by the tongue.
So your featured hops, it's rotating, and this first time it's single hopped, I guess, with Laurel hops.
So just kind of a little background on Laurel hops. It started out
Laura has
last
hops.
Laurel.
I know. I'm reading it, but
Oh yeah.
it sounds like a Laura.
It started out as HBC, so Hop Breeding Corporation, I think is the name of it.
You're down
291.
with HBC? Yeah, you know me.
Started out as 291. Released back in 2016 in May. Although Stone, Sierra Nevada, and who else? Lagunitas were some of the first to trial it even before it was fully released. It's supposed to be an American take on a noble hop character with floral, spicy, mint, herbal, slightly eucalyptus. That's the flavor I was getting that last one. It was a eucalyptus flavor.
Yeah,
aroma.
that's in there.
Yeah.
So what I'm feeling like I'm getting more out of this one, because like when you read down their taste that you're supposed to get out of this, it's fruity, citrus, tropical notes.
Now, by the way.
Oh, you're getting it now. Okay, so it's not
I
just
see what you're saying with the mashed potatoes now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking it might be some mix of like that pear and some of those tropical notes. Maybe I don't know. Like that. I have no idea what's causing this flavor in my brain, but it just when I taste it, my brain, the synapses fire and they go, "You want some mashed potatoes? This
I'm
is a beer for cooking mashed potatoes with."
I'm getting no. I get that because after I tasted it, to me it got like a potato and chives kind of thing, and then reading
Oh,
the pear with the herbal part.
What, Casey? Sorry, sorry, Brittany. He just
that was
went,
the first taste that I had of it. Now
It's
there's
weird,
not much
isn't
aroma,
it?
but the flavor's there.
Okay.
And potato and chive is probably pretty close, which makes me go back to some of the onioniness of other noble hops and other hops that are out there.
Isn't
Oh,
it?
okay.
Chives are like the where I'm going to on this, like because when it's talked about the herbal stuff on the taste, I think that's where it's at. It's a weird savory kind of herbal taste to this beer. It's not a
Man,
light citrusy thing at all.
I need to get another pack of this just to get some of this to make mashed potatoes.
Right?
Like beer mashed potatoes are my new favorite thing.
Mm.
So Tyler said he wants to get a pack of this just to try this. You should now.
You should. You should get a pack to try all of this stuff, but this is interesting. Like
Yeah.
one, I love the idea of constantly, just changing hops as you do it.
Yeah,
But also, like next year, getting an entirely different beer. But this is such a weird beer.
It's so unique.
Yeah, like
I mean, it's fine.
not bad.
No, it's not bad.
It's good. It's just a little strange.
It's just the mashed potato of beers.
It's just not
I
a taste
love
you
mashed-
expect.
I love mashed potatoes, so
I mean, I kind
Since-
of like it.
Since the hop release schedule and everything that I pulled up for Laurel Hop does have it on it, I think, and we never talked about it before, I think it is important for us to maybe talk about how a hop becomes
how a hop becomes a law.
how a
I'm
hop
just
becomes
a
a commercial hop.
I'm just a hop. Yeah, I'm only a hop. And I'm sitting here on the. Are they on vines? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Hops
botanist.
are on vines.
Actually, a hop looks like it looks like a vine, but in the herpetology world, I don't know, what do you call a
Let's say botany. It's safer.
in the botany world, it's actually called a bine with a B in front, a B-I-N-E.
Hmm.
I don't know what the actual distinction is between a vine or a bine,
Yeah.
but that's kind of they're a bine plant.
All right.
But anyways, they start out in it takes quite a while for a hop to become a commercially viable hop, and even longer for there to be large commercially viable amounts of it. But in year one, there's parental selection where breeders focus on crossing two different hop types, developing an average of 40,000 genotypes in an effort to produce at least one new hop that meets the needs of the industry. So you'll do 40,000 hops to create one in this first year. You'll grow this one single hop bine, and from that you'll cull about 90%. Only 10% of the original class of hops will make it through the second year in early selection.
It's the Ender's Game program.
Yeah.
And
you
Tyler-
get selected and pulled out.
Tyler
Get
found a
selected, pulled
definition.
out, and then
Tyler found a nice definition for the bine.
Vine is a climbing plant that climbs by its shoots, growing in a helix around a support. Compare vines, which climb using tendrils or suckers. Many vines have rough stems or downward-pointing bristles to aid their grip.
just
All right.
picturing them just going do 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 do.
Yeah,
There we
that
go. Do, 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 do.
I mean, I just picture graboids.
I'd have to see a picture between the two, I think, to get my mind wrapped around. There you go. There's a bine or vine wrapped around.
I was gonna say you need a picture
Nice.
of a graboid. Casey, you failed at life.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I'm just picturing the
So,
hops at New Belgium, like that thing.
oh yeah.
It makes sense now.
I'm
Kinda-
just
yeah,
picturing a
it's
bad
good. I don't think
Photoshop
close.
of a hop to be a graboid with those little spines on it, like shooting through underground. The big mouth.
So in after 2 years, you get down to 10% of the original class. Then from years 3 to 5, you kind of narrow that down even more till you get 0.1% of what was originally there. And during this section, you're transferring the different plants to 18-foot trellis systems for a 3-year trial period. They have to survive in the field.
You are. I'm just getting drunk.
Well, that stage, like the 3 to 5, is just making sure that they can deal with the conditions that a hop plant needs to deal with. So you may find a hop in the first few years that produces like a really great flavor, but if it doesn't grow very tall, if it's a dwarf variety that only grows to like 10 feet and that's it, then you would probably nix it because it doesn't produce enough. Years 6 to 8, you would take that and plant it onto, you would actually take seven plants and plant it outside. Over the next 3 years, you'll be selecting based on different brewing attributes, high alpha acid content, unique aroma, flavor profiles, and you assign a number at year 8. So any hop variety that you get, we talk about these hops that are high numbers, like 291 is what this one was. That means there are basically 300 other hops that didn't even make it past this category when you get one out. Years 9 to 11, you get into the elite trials where you narrow down that 40,000 into 1 or 2 hop varieties total. So 40,000 to 1 is your reduction factor there. And then final release happens after year 11 when you're upping the actual number of those hop binds that are growing to a commercial quality or a commercial number. So it takes about 11 years for one hop variety to get from trials to your beer.
Jeez.
And actually
my brain is still wondering at what point does it go before the Senate, and does the Senate approve and then have to send it back to the House? And
yeah, it becomes that sort of trial process.
So it's hops that are just becoming known now were started back 11 years ago, roughly.
So think about it this way. You know where your palate is going now and what kind of hops you like the flavor of and what kind of hops the rest of the beer world likes the flavor of. If we were to start now to try to get a hop that was that flavor, it would take us at least 10 years to get to the point where it would be in a beer.
Jeez.
pick up some new kind of hop, some kind of hop we don't even know about yet.
Yeah. So as much as we like to think that the hop flavors that are out there are ones that we've selected, they've been selected out of 40,000 for years to get to this point. And so
My God.
kind
All
of
I'm saying is genetic engineering at its finest.
the beer world has suggested where we'll be flavoring our beers.
They decided 11 years ago what the hops today, like what the big hoppy beers were going to be.
They took their magic beer ball, they shook it up, looked into it, and it said, "Hop again later."
All right.
So that one, again, that was a winner.
Before we get to the third one, just to remind everybody, we are on a different chat channel this week. So, how do you get to that there?
/join #HAD, I believe.
Actually, no. Do you have to do that?
I didn't, just /join space had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Had in
All
all
lowercase.
caps for have a drink. So,
Space doesn't matter, but
oh, okay. Well, anybody just joining, we do have a different chat channel this week.
Clear things up. There's a lot of other things going on right now, so let's try and keep things orderly.
Give me a minute here.
we didn't want to confuse people again.
So, what are your
I
guys'
felt bad
thoughts?
about
Final
last
thoughts on the second beer?
Yeah, my final thought is give me a second to chug it down real quick.
Oh, sorry.
Final thoughts.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
We need like the final thought music from Jerry Springer. Final thoughts. I've got to say, mashed potatoes and chives, instant mashed potatoes and chives.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Which is fine.
It's good.
Yeah.
I like
It's
it.
good. It's not what I was expecting out of a beer,
No.
but I enjoyed it. I don't know. I didn't really get the tropical notes or the
I got
the
no
berries
tropical.
or
No.
maybe some of the melon. I don't know, but
Maybe like a melon rind. Like I wasn't really getting.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds closer to
Not
where
like
I
a
was.
juicy flesh or anything. No.
No, there's no juicy citrus notes for me. It was a savory beer, which was odd but pleasant. Like it was good to drink. I wouldn't not recommend it to somebody because I would say definitely need to try this.
I was trying to think of a good cover band name that involved Juicy Flesh. It's like, Juicy Flesh is the name of my ex cover band, but I had nothing.
I'm never good at those. I can never come up with those on the spot.
Is that your Guar cover band?
Yeah, I was going. I was
Oh,
going that
Guar.
direction.
That's a good
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Damn it.
I could not think of the band, but yes.
That was my favorite. It was one of my favorite things about the about watching Paul and Storm live at PAX one time. Was just watching them compete about cover bands.
All right. So this
What's
next
the,
one actually debuted last year, I think, and we covered it on the audio podcast.
Oh yeah, I think so.
And I had never gotten to try it. This will be my first time having it. So who wants to go ahead and talk about this one?
Hold on, I'm still pouring it and awing and marveling at its delicious color.
While he's pouring that, what was the Devil's a Loser? That band.
Lordy.
Lordy, that was the one.
From
My Lordy
Finland.
cover band.
Just gonna
Oh, yeah. This
put that right there.
color. All right. Somebody
All
start
right.
talking.
Well,
So,
Casey, what did
next
you
up,
think of the
you've
last
got-
one then?
All
What are we
right, you've
talking
got
about?
your Pataskala Red IPA coming up next at 7.3% ABV. The flavor profile is supposed to have a hoppy, citrusy, herbal, balanced flavor. IBU's coming in again at 75. Rate Beer rates it at 96 points. Wants to be drunk within 90 days. Featured hops inside this are Amarillo, Cascade, and Mosaic.
This has that mosaic aroma. Like you can smell that
Yeah.
off the top of that thing.
Savory
When I
beers.
first had Mosaic hops, I was not the biggest fan. I've begun warming up slightly, but that is definitely like you stick your nose in there, it's just like someone slapped you in the face with Mosaic.
So Mosaic to me in the hop world is like when you go to Panera and get an everything bagel. It's just everything.
I'm okay
No,
with it.
we've established what Panera's bagels are. They're shitty donuts. You should feel bad about that.
Tyler said that savory beers are becoming his favorites. Yeah, we haven't ventured into that arena too much. I don't think.
No, savory beers are where we cut our teeth.
No, we started with the citrusy IPAs.
Beers.
On IPAs, but not
On
other beers.
IPAs.
Oh,
Beers in general.
well, I guess I can't think of any other examples for some reason in my head right now.
Guinness is
Yeah.
savory.
Well,
A year and a half ago, did you see yourself going through an IPA pack, an all IPA pack, and saying, it's pretty good?
6
No.
months ago, I didn't see myself going through
Yeah.
an IPA pack. I'm thinking it's pretty good.
Absolutely.
I've had this one and I
Um,
don't remember what it
so-
tastes like.
Casey is like watching us do this and going, this is the most amazing thing. Like, I've gotten them to drink IPAs. What can I get them to drink next?
Right? We'll be going to kombucha.
I've already had kombucha.
No, Brittany can have that.
Have a kombucha.
I don't want some weird strain of, DNA you can see in the glass.
This is the start of life on Earth. How about
Yeah.
some chicha with the corn that the old
Oh,
lady
no. Nope.
chews up?
Nope.
No. What part of this are you having trouble understanding? We do not talk about that anymore.
So while those in the know favor the third pronunciation, Pataskala,
Yay.
Pataskala Red IPA can also be called Pataskala or Pataskala IPA. No matter how you say it, though, this is a unique red IPA, according to Stone. The beer was first brewed in September of 2015 to support music and the arts education programs in Pataskala, Ohio, where Stone co-founder Greg Cook grew up. Let me just say, we never hear a whole lot about the other co-founder of Stone Brewing.
No.
Steve
Greg Cook keeps him in a closet.
Yeah, Steve Wagner's back there. It's like the Steve
The Wozniak.
It's the
problem.
Wozniak.
Wozniak.
Yeah.
of
Jobs
I
versus
bet
Wozniak.
Steve Wagner tips people in $2 bills too.
So people there loved the beer. So Stone added the beer to their seasonal lineup, and the Pataskala name stuck. The crimson hue is courtesy of a special German malt variety by Best Malts. called Red X.
Look at that.
Used
It
it
is
before.
a
Pretty good
really
stuff.
nice, like, ruby.
Yep. Appearances, however, only tell so much. Heavily dry hopped with Mosaic, Cascade, and Amarillo. The beer is incredibly citrus forward, rounded with notes of biscuit and toffee. Those two notes will come from the malts. The result is evocative of red IPA, yet different. And again, their marketing spiel. As luck or perhaps skill is the more appropriate word to give our brewing team their due, would have it. It's quite wonderful. We think you'll find this unusual red IPA to be quite delicious, satisfying, no matter how you choose to pronounce it.
No, it's not choosing. If it's based on the Ohio and it's Pataskala.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, we're not getting into an issue about pronunciation. We live in a state that believes that it's appropriate to call it Versailles.
Versailles.
You're not wrong. But we've said this before. You have to come to this. We're not saying that we're correct. We're saying that you have to say it wrong with us.
It does make sense if it's named after a particular location.
Yeah.
That locale gets first choice on how to say it best.
Here's the thing. Do you guys think this tastes more bitter than the last beer we had?
It's malty. It's way maltier.
It may be like the maltiness may be accentuating how the hop bitterness, because like I feel like it tastes more bitter than the other one.
To me, Mosaic really brings out a bitter in a beer. Like it'll make it a lot more bitter to me. Might be my displeasure with Mosaic, but that's definitely what I always get from anything with Mosaic.
Casey, what was there were 2 hops for the beer we tried to make together, which I still never got to try. What were they? Like, was it Nugget and Cascade?
Nugget sounds familiar.
Yeah, Casey?
He may
Casey
be
died.
dead. We're gonna go with it was Nugget and Cascade, and Cascade has a wonderful, aroma, flavor sort of thing, but Cascade does or Cascade Mosaic doesn't have that same thing. Sorry, I kept trying to change the word, and my mouth disagreed with me very furiously.
It's too
Oh look, I
cloying.
think Casey's back now. Casey, was it Nugget
His glorious
or
resurrection.
Cascade that was it Nugget and Cascade that we brewed with?
Cascade is the more citrusy one.
Oh, no, or was it Galaxy?
Galaxy. So Galaxy is
Galaxy.
what I normally use for a yeah, I had to go pee, sorry.
No, it's fine. It was just really unfortunate timing.
Gotcha.
I got like, Casey's dead, so moving on. I'm just going to sit on my butt for a few minutes. And
Galaxy I use as my base hop for just bitterness. I don't have to have any flavor out of it. I just round out a good beer bitterness using Galaxy because it's high alpha acids. Once you put a little bit in there, you can get a little bit of bitterness in there. And then I use Cascade usually for my citrusy hops, the ones that are coming in with just a little bit of pine to it. I try to throw in some Cascade there for that. Yes, Tyler.
I'm liking this beer a lot though. When it says where is it on the aroma? Well, I was talking about the aroma more than the taste, I guess. But it notes the low level toasted malt. I kind of get that in the taste too.
oh yeah, no, it's
That nice toasty
it's
flavor.
It's toasty, and it's like I get the idea that it was supposed to be, I guess, kind of like, I think they said it was supposed to be biscuity, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit of toffiness in there.
And
Yeah.
I'm getting all of that. Like I think this is a very nice, well-rounded kind of ale as far as the reds are concerned.
I'm
I
not
didn't
as
like-
big. I'm not as big a fan of it as I am some of the other things from this pack.
Well,
The first
they're
time I
saying-
had this beer, I did not like it at all.
Oh.
But after I had it, this is probably the third time I've had it. I'm really actually starting to like it now.
I will say it looks gorgeous. Like I pour it
yeah.
and it has that beautiful ruby red color. I'm like, oh, this is going to be amazing. And maybe that colored what I was eventually tasting, but I feel like something about it for me doesn't quite balance just right.
I think this beer specifically age is a very big factor in it, and I don't know why, but this beer has age can affect it a whole lot. And
Well, I know we've kept it under 90 days. So
Yeah.
so you're and
It's
I
probably
don't think
been
the
30
last
days.
2 times I had this, it was under 90 days. Unfortunately,
I do want to point out that our because we'll buy in advance for some of our video episodes for our tasting stuff. I keep looking in my refrigerator now and going like, I don't know what I can drink.
We've done the same thing.
What's safe?
I don't put it in the fridge until like
Yeah.
2 days before, usually, just to make sure it doesn't get drunk.
I keep the things that are separate for this show separate.
I can't. I have to put it in the refrigerator right away because it's a space issue.
Right.
My apartment's not large.
And the air conditioning's not on yet, so
Yeah.
it's probably better for the beer anyway.
That's a separate
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah, I mean the window's closed now, but the fan's running, which normally I turn off, but I can't live like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
And at least I closed the window so you don't hear the Michael Jackson impersonator.
Sure. That's a definite concern.
I always enjoyed his weekly appearance.
No, like if we had started this show like 2 hours earlier, you would have heard him. You could have heard him through my window. I said,
Sure.
No, in the early days of the podcast, you can probably hear him in the background of the first few episodes.
On the audio
it's him
show. Yeah.
and some moped.
Yeah, the moped's always there.
You could always count on that moped because you just
Came in like clockwork.
You would think we would have caught on and just been like, all right, we need to pause, like have it timed, be like, shh, he's coming, and everyone stop. And you hear,
I tried. I think there was at least one point when I heard it start. I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
All right, take two.
Let me ask this real quick because I'm just now remembering it. Did we ever say which country has the highest consumption of beer per capita?
On the last video one we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we didn't
making
actually get the we did the question, but I don't think we ever did the answer because we didn't do the answer on the audio
I
show.
was up in Detroit, so
Yeah.
Well, our last video episode was like just a week ago, and then we did I did an audio episode like right after it.
It's
so
just a blur.
timing's a little
Yeah.
timing's a little weird.
Yeah. No, that's a real thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So on the
Okay,
on the gin episode of the audio show. So for those who haven't been to both yet, the last audio only, the more educational focused episode that we did of the show, is about gin. That we did not do the answer to that. I'm sorry.
Can we put educational in quotation marks?
It is educational.
I agree.
I mean, it's more,
Educational.
this is more of
I'm
a.
trying to do my best Dr. Evil and get my air quotes in frame.
I mean, it's. I mean, we go over a lot of stuff. That's hell. I mean, on the last one, we all learned a lot actually about gin that I don't think we knew.
Really, yeah. To be perfectly honest, gin was a mystery to me until that last episode.
Yeah,
Which is
now I
weird
can-
because I feel like you kept pushing gin on me for a while.
I love to drink gin. Like gin's a pretty good drink if you can find the right one for you. But I had no idea all the different varieties of it.
I feel
Yeah.
like the London Dry gin may be what I need to get.
Yeah,
Because,
maybe.
Uncle Tom's gin?
No,
Wasn't it Uncle Tom's or there was a Tom's gin or something?
Tom Collins,
Tom Collins.
Yeah, that's where it
There's
started with Tom
but
Collins.
There's like a Tom's gin.
and you just took it to a weird place. I think.
You just took it to a racial place.
Gin. But there was not an Uncle Tom.
You know what?
I'm
Old Tom.
85%
It's old
sure we did
Tom.
not talk about Uncle Tom's in the last episode.
I want
All the time.
Fairness, I will frequently bring up bizarre, weird references that no one else gets. So
I'm not going to
maybe
be
there was.
surprised if there is an Uncle Tom's gin.
I want to see a new label for an Uncle Tom's gin.
Jesus.
Someone get on that.
Um.
Post
So-
haste.
So anyway, Tyler mentioned that he actually went to a gin bar, which sounds awesome.
Ooh.
I would be interested to go to something like that.
How does that work? Like, how does a gin bar work? Is it like a bourbon bar? You've just got a bunch of varieties of bourbon in there, and they do bourbon cocktails.
Well, if it was
I
back in the
imagine.
1920s, it would either be a gin bar or a rum joint, because those were just the terms you used for liquor.
Even the different styles that we covered Oh, it was a gin distillery. Okay.
Oh wow.
Oh, so they did like is
That'd be
gin
awesome.
like their big thing, or do they do other distilled drinks as well?
Bunch of craft
Oh,
tonics.
okay, I see now.
Oh,
Bunch
that'd
of
be
tonics.
interesting. That'd still be good.
That-
Like that'd be
Yeah.
interesting to check out.
Because that's two different things that you can really put into gin. Is the tonic side of it's a totally different situation than the gin side of it. So those two things, if you bring together the craft of both worlds, that could be really good.
Yeah.
I could just see I could see the menu right now having two sides to it, like 16 tonics and 40 gins on it. And you pick how you want to pair them.
See in this gin menu having two separate but equal sides?
Oh,
But equal
but really.
You racist.
ginist.
Oh, you know that.
Eugenist.
This
Casey-
is how you get a genocide.
Eugenics.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Lord.
eugenics.
Oh my God.
All right, let's move on to the next beer. Because,
Our final
we got a
beer.
Eugenics reference,
This is the
and
final one.
that's usually the sign for it's time to start a new beer.
Or
Weird
to stop
jokes
drinking
equals. Let's
altogether.
move on.
This one's really carbonated. I popped it and it just like starts erupting out.
Can I just say, not the biggest fan of the last beer. So
Huh.
I'm trying to remember if I've had the Ruination.
I think this is the only one I haven't had besides the Hop
I
Revolver.
have.
The palate wrecker.
Nice color.
I think you shook yours, Chris, because mine is very settled.
Oh, well, that's probably true.
Mine popped just like every other one I had. So
I'm just happy that this means I don't have to chug this last one.
Mm.
You got a little time to take down the Imperial.
I mean, even if we don't finish it by the end of the show, I can still drink it after the show.
Yeah. Look at that color. Holy crap. That is
Good
clear.
IPA color.
Yeah.
that's a straw color right there.
Oh, dig your nose into that. That smells good. Okay, again, let's get back to the conversation of a
Eugenics?
year ago. No, we're not talking
No, not
eugenics
eugenics.
anymore. We're done with eugenics. No, we're never talking eugenics.
Is there anything really wrong with yes?
Yeah, everything.
Yes, there is.
Who
Hold
would
on,
have thought?
Before we let's hold on a second. Let's since we are going into this new beer, let's talk about it real quick.
Yeah.
right.
Oh, okay.
Double
I was really
IPA.
afraid he was saying, "Hold on, before we move on, let's really talk about eugenics."
Let's have a
I'm
serious
gonna let
discussion.
you finish. So this beer, 8.5%. 8.5% ABV, 100 plus IBUs. Rate Beer gets it in at 99. Featured hops are Magnum, Nugget, Centennial, Simcoe, Citra, Azaka. Azaka, really?
Azaka.
I
Yeah.
think that's
My
new
hop.
this year.
Azaka.
Oh, Azaka.
Nice.
Flavor profile comes in as hoppy, fruity, piney. Stone Ruination IPA, first full-time brewed, hand-bottled West Coast double IPA on the planet. This is number 2.0, though, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ruination 2.0?
Yeah.
We're 2.0.
Yeah, IPA 2.0. So, as the craft beer has evolved over the years, so too has the techniques for maximizing hop flavor and aromas. For the second incarnation of our groundbreaking India Pale Ale, we employ dry hopping and hop bursting. Hop bursting is the point where you put a big bunch of hops in the last like 5 minutes of the brew
Okay.
to squeeze.
Real quick, just in the aroma thing, when you're trying to smell it, do you get that dankness?
It's probably the pininess. Let's see.
Maybe.
I don't get dank. Piney, maybe. Yeah.
I'm not getting
I'm not getting piney, but
So, can we talk about dank for a second?
okay.
I am going to Portland, where it is legal to.
Don't. You still work somewhere
That's
where it's
not-
not legal.
Yeah, it's true, but I'm just saying, like that's one of the areas, and it happens to be for a conference or whatever. But it just blows my mind that it's legal even at the state level, but not legal at the national level. Yet it still happens.
Yeah.
I don't
It
know.
is weird.
Like I've been watching a lot of these
You're
border.
you're thinking about separation of powers wrong, because there's the state level where it's like, look, if you want to make this legal for whatever use you decide is appropriate, that's one thing. And then you have the federal level where they go, look, this is giving everyone cancer. We're still going to allow it because those are cigarettes.
Nice.
I mean, like, we talk about from Portland to Shining Portland,
Yeah.
but both Portlands allow you to smoke recreationally. Let me just
Do
say
they?
that.
I didn't think
Does-
Oregon was there yet.
Need Tyler to weigh in.
No. Oregon is.
It is legal
Is
in Maine.
Maine
Okay.
legal?
Apparently it is.
It's
Yeah,
legal in
Tyler's
Maine.
saying.
Holy
So yeah,
crap.
Tyler,
There are
we're gonna
11
come stay with you for a while. Yeah,
No,
federal
I'm
employee.
not.
Yeah, he
I'm
can't.
not. I fear.
I
the
know,
Mary
like the
Jane.
company we work for does random testing, and it's in Ohio where it is not legal.
Yeah.
So it's just like when we were out in Denver and out in Portland, Oregon, we still couldn't.
Can't.
So I'm not saying I'm going to go do it, but I'm just saying my employer did not test me whenever I came on board. And
I didn't either, oddly enough.
don't know if they do it.
Are you subject to
normally.
random testing?
No.
I don't think I ever signed a document that said I would be randomly tested.
I did.
And I would not be able to smoke it because there are you can't do it in the dispensaries.
Right.
And you couldn't do it in the hotel room because smoking, they don't like you to smoke in your hotel room.
Right.
For some
Maybe
reason.
there's
I
a
don't know.
balcony in your hotel room.
Are we starting
point two.
towards an episode? Have a puff?
Have a joint?
Have a joint.
puff?
Have a smoke?
But I'm saying edibles on the other hand.
Brownies. Yeah.
That's I was
Brownies or
super
suckers?
excited about that.
Actually, the hotness is gummy bears. Apparently,
Yeah.
have a strain.
Have a
So as all these
strain.
other as all these other West Coast states are going toward a higher, well, higher is I guess the wrong terminology, but
No, that's
As
the best.
all the other states
that's
are
correct.
going, hey.
Utah, however, has been backing off of its liquor laws.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, they
It's
just tightened
Utah.
them. They just passed a
Are
new
you
law.
surprised?
backing off is I
Is it
mean
coming-
coming back down. So
Oh.
they're going
Lower.
from the .08 limit for being able to drive and be considered impaired
Yeah.
to the .05 limit, which is I don't know. That's a big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is.
Talk
I
real-
saw that.
Hold on. Separate tangent. when we were all going for our driver's test, you all remember the part in the Kentucky driver's manual where they mentioned that if you were under 21, they can arrest you for driving under the influence for a .00 blood alcohol level?
.01.
No, it was .00.
You're under the influence, even though you got no.
No, I
Yes.
remember that.
Thank you.
It was.
They're gonna get you for
I
that
saw it in the
Listerine.
manual when I took my test in Kentucky. They could just. It doesn't matter what you blow or what your actual blood alcohol is. They can just go. You're under the influence,
Yeah,
no matter what.
Underage.
that was the
drinking.
thing I remember seeing because I was like, "What? What? That makes absolutely no sense."
Because nothing in Kentucky does make sense. I'm sorry. We have weird things.
Because Mitch McConnell,
enough.
shame of the state.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so I gotta say, Ruination. I don't think we finished summing it up yet, but I'm loving it.
I'm loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da.
What does it say
Hot
about the
bursting,
taste?
squeezing every last drop of piney citrus tropical essence. Incredible character. Use this Stoned Ruination Double IPA 2.0 to reflect the imperial level intensity that's evident in every sip. Join us in cheering the style. Second stanza in our liquid poem to the glory of the hop.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You know, they're
I love the
excited.
disdain you had as you read their actual.
Marketing scheme.
Yeah,
You know what? For once, though, I really agree with the description on the aroma and taste. Because the aroma is talking about fruity, tons of melon, tropical fruits, and citrus with a resiny pine note and a little
I
bit
mean-
of dank.
So here's my problem. Let me get out there and give the negative Nancy report here. By the time you put that many different hop varieties in there, how are you going to tell them apart?
Yeah.
Like, it's not about being able to pick out all these different flavors. It's about let's just make a hop beer that has everything, and maybe they can be, I don't know, a little discerning.
while that's true, it does have a lot of different hop flavors going on. Like there is a lot going on in this beer as you drink it.
It seems to, again, they come out differently. When you first crack it open, you're getting some of the hops more up front. And as it tends to warm in the hand and in the glass, other hops are coming out more. Like the piney resiny thing was not clicking for me at first. But as I've drank it down and now it's warming up in the glass with a little bit left, it's really a lot more piney and resiny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't want to draw attention to typos in the show doc. However, Magnum Nugget Centennial Simcoe Citra is my new favorite hop.
Is the best word ever.
Blame their website.
No. I assumed it was their fault, not ours. But I just saw it. I was like, oh, crap. I don't want to be that guy. But at the same time, that's a really funny word.
But isn't Simcoe another one of those like more
Cat
citrusy ones?
No, not citrus. Cat piss. Come on.
Cat piss.
No, Simcoe has, yes, Simcoe is highly used in citrus hop beers. 4 years ago, the strain was, I don't know if it's the weather or what, but it went toward onion, garlic, cat pee. Those were the three flavors that you got out of Simcoe. And so 3 or 4 years ago, Simcoe was not a very widely used hop.
Not at all.
Here's the question. Why are you tasting cat pee?
You don't have to taste it. So we go back to this all the time.
I know.
The box of Band-Aids to know what they smell like. You don't have to taste the litter box to know what it smells like after 14 days in your old roommate's apartment.
Oh.
No, our roommate never had cats when we lived with him. Now, after the fact, you've never had to empty out all of the litter boxes.
That's right. You had that option. I mean,
they told me I didn't have to, but I had to.
He's like, no, I got there, and it had to happen. He's like, I felt sorry for these cats.
Oh, yeah.
And the
Just
dog.
feeding water.
Even the dog that shit right in front of me while I was cleaning
He
up.
just looked at you and was like, yeah. Yeah, you
dead
cleaned.
in my eyes, like, oh, you know. Yeah, here's a new loaf for you, motherfucker.
This one's fresh baked.
Well, we got blue real quick. I don't know.
Oh,
look,
Tyler,
I haven't been dumping my beer as normally as I do during. Look, I have time to recover tomorrow. It's fine.
the rest
This
of us
is
don't.
what happens whenever. So I'll go back to the fact that this is what happens whenever you do a beer pack that is all IPAs, high ABV, ending in a beer that is, a double IPA.
What was APB? And this is 8.5%.
Yeah, this is a double.
I think the lowest one we've had has maybe been like
7.5.
So there you go. You would not be able to drive in Utah after these 4 beers.
Oh no! See, that's gonna be funny because Nerdtacular, we're gonna take Salt Lake. We are going to drink it under the table, and we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, we're gonna go get.
I feel like Salt
shave and a
Lake
haircut.
drinking it under the table is like, oh yeah, I've had a beer. All right, Salt Lake, you're already drunk. Let's move on.
But I mean, lately we've been drinking because we're also excited to try new flavors. We don't often get drunk much anymore. So in Salt Lake, when
Never.
we're there,
The devil, you say?
Not since Boston.
I just say, it's been a minute.
I don't drink to get drunk. Now, when I am drunk, I keep drinking because I'm dumb.
Right.
But they are two separate ideas.
The goal isn't the same, though.
No.
Just say when we go to because we plan on going to Uinta and when we're in Salt Lake, and I that their stuff isn't a super high percentage of ABV, but I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Like, as far I know, their flavors are good.
Right.
Whenever I came back from Salt Lake, I had the same revelation. I said, it's great that these beers don't have a huge ABV to them because that means you can enjoy so many more of them.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's like the Abita pack. I mean, that whole pack was great. Not a one of them was over 5%.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, no, wasn't the wrought iron over.
Oh.
Not, but it wasn't by much. You know what I mean? Like we didn't have 7s and 8s in there.
Yeah,
So I'm a big fan. Let me just say this: I'm a big fan of lime beer. So even Bud Light Lime has a soapy flavor to it. So I'm not.
I
a
was
big
going to say like Bud Lime. Really?
Bud
Get
Light
out.
Lime does.
You're
Trigger
banished
warning.
from the podcast.
But have you seen the Uinta lime pilsner?
No.
No, but that actually doesn't
Ooh.
sound real. That doesn't sound bad at all.
Right. So they're coming out with this right now. Uinta has a lime pilsner coming out, lager with natural lime flavors. Okay, it's lime. I'm
is
okay with
Uinta-
you adding that in.
Is Uinta open on our day off, or did we?
We're gonna go
establish
there
that
as soon
they
as we
are-
get there.
Plain Lands, we go
They're-
straight to Uinta because they're closed on Sundays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with this.
So before we go up the mountain to Nerdtacular, if anyone's going to be in town, we will be off the plane that Thursday afternoon, heading straight to Uinta to pound a couple before we go up the mountain.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, never mind. I'll talk about that in post show.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get into more of that in post show.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
looking-
Tyler.
All right. Yeah, we need to go ahead and start moving to post.
Yeah.
All right.
It is
So
7.
let's
We're-
wrap this thing up.
All right. Announcements. I don't think we have anything to announce. Go to the website to keep up with what we're doing, guys.
Subscribing at some great resources at haveadrinkshow.com. Follow us at Have a Drink Show on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We're Instagrammers, guys. And please rate the show on iTunes to help spread the word. The answer to the question we had on March 12th, 2017 was, with question being, what country has the highest consumption of beer per capita? Of course, it's the Czech Republic.
Oh.
The Czechs,
yes.
with its-
Where you can bathe in beer.
Yeah.
right.
It's where the beer
They
spa
win this
is.
one hands down with a whopping 167 liters per capita per year.
Jeez.
The Irish come in second at 125 liters, a full almost 50 liters below the Czechs per person per year.
Jesus.
The U.S. is 12th at 84.4, but watch out for China. Despite
Wow.
consuming only 40 liters per capita, beer drinking is growing at a rate of 25% a year with 1.2 billion people. That's soon going to amount to a lot of brew. The question,
Much like the rest of China's growth. Don't worry. That's hitting its limits soon.
the question for next week is, who is known as the king of beer? And let me go ahead and give you a hint at that one. It's not Budweiser. All right.
All right.
And don't forget to tell us your favorite drink, ask a question, or leave some general feedback. Use the email address feedback@haveadrinkshow.com. You can also use the feedback page on the website.
Yeah, and forgot to mention this at the top of the show, but we are going to be at Nerdtacular, so we're getting some inquiries from people about what's going on with that. There are a couple things that are going to be going on that we'll iron out, but go ahead, if you're going to be there, and email us at our feedback site that he just mentioned. You can just go to the page and click the link and let us know if you're going to be there, and we'll get you in on the up and up so you know what's going to be happening. But all joking and fun aside, guys, we'd like to remind everyone to please drink responsibly.
Let me just go ahead and say, anytime you put liquor into your checked baggage, no matter how small or how large, they're going to check it through the TSA.
Yeah. That's why I don't travel with checked luggage.
Yeah, we got to figure that out.
Well, that I'm cheap.
No, you're smart.
All
That's
right.
what that is. All right. So as we said before, 2 different formats of the show. Be sure to check us out in about a week-ish for the next audio episode, which will be about beers of England. And then
Yeah.
can't remember the date, but the Sunday after that, we will have the next video episode, which will be about the Sierra Nevada pack. Do we remember what that pack is called?
IPA.
Specifically?
It's
It's just
just-
the IPA pack.
We're
right?
just
Yeah.
all IPAs for the next couple months.
Yeah.
It's just
So
that
that's
season.
April 9th at 6 p.m.
Yes.
Eastern Daylight Time, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
We will be pounding through that pack. Tyler, I know you should be able to find that one. Why don't you get it and drink through it with us?
Yeah, yeah.
We encourage everyone. This is a drink along.
Even if you're watching us after the fact.
Yes, if
Yeah,
you're watching us
YouTube
after the
or
fact, because we
whatever.
put these up
Please
on
drink
YouTube.
with us and add a comment.
Yeah.
Yes, please. All right.
Have a comment. It's our next show.
I'm about ready to have a
After show
urination.
teaser. This is what my after show is going to be.
Oh.
Oh.
Enjoy by 420.
Okay.
I wonder what notes are going to come out in that. All right, guys.
Hey.
All right.
If y'all don't hurry up, I'm just going to say, who are you again?
All right. Once again, I'm Brittany Lee Walker.
I'm Justin Frazier.
I'm Christopher Walker.
And I'm Casey Preston. Gotta pee. See you next time.
All right, guys, join us for Have a Bathroom Break. Stick around for post show. Dunk. Let's get this post show started.